A Florida nightclub shooting leaves 2 dead and 17 more injured.
A wildfire in California now threatens bordering states after tripling in size overnight.
Democrats get their turn this week as the national convention gets started. Good morning. It's Monday, July 25th, 2016. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Megan Judy.
And I'm Justin Kolar.
And Tim will be in with weather in just a little bit. Before that, we have some breaking news for you out of Fort Myers, Florida this morning, where 2 people are dead and 17 others have been injured in a shooting at a Florida nightclub.
The Fort Myers Police Department says the incident happened at Club Blue in Fort Myers. Right now, you're looking at the scene outside of Club Blue in just a minute here. Police vehicles and yellow tape still surround the club. There's the video. Our sister station in Fort Myers reported shootings in at least 2 other locations in Fort Myers, although it was unclear whether the incidents were connected. We'll continue to monitor this developing story and give you more details later in the newscast. And speaking of Sanders supporters, one local woman who helped start the Mid-Missouri for Bernie group will be representing Boone County Democrats at the national convention later today.
KOMU8's Lauren Donovan joins us in the studio with more on the delegates' journey to the convention, as well as her perspective on the Democratic Party amidst the recent controversy and excitement.
Police in Germany say 1 person was killed and 12 more injured in a blast in Ansbach, a city in southern Germany, over the weekend. The explosion was intentional, and the person who set off the bomb was also killed in the blast. The Interior Minister of Bavaria reportedly said more than 2,000 people were evacuated from a nearby open-air music festival as a precaution. And early this morning, authorities in Germany say the man responsible for the blast was a Syrian who had been denied asylum in Germany. The Bavarian Interior Minister says that the man's request for asylum had been rejected a year ago. He also added that the suspect was allowed to remain in Germany on account of the situation in Syria. Fires are once again consuming the West Coast. After the break, how one may now spread to more than 1 state.
A live look out over that is Jefferson City at 4:35 on your Monday morning. We'll be right back. Welcome back. 1 person has died in a California wildfire that continues to grow, with smoke and ash now reaching parts of Las Vegas.
The fire has tripled in size since it began yesterday afternoon. Fire officials say the sand fire has burned out about 22,000 acres and hundreds of residents have been forced to evacuate. At least 18 homes have been destroyed and as many as 4,500 others could be threatened. The northbound and southbound U.S. Route 63 ramps to and from Rangeline Road in Columbia will be closed from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. starting today for pavement repair. Work on this section of the road is expected to be done Wednesday. Once work is complete on the Rangeline ramps, pavement repair work will begin on the northbound Route B ramps on Route 63. A portion of Stewart Road will be closed starting today through the end of the week due to construction at the MU power plant. Stewart Road will be fully closed between Providence Road and 4th Street, and the westbound lane will be closed between 4th Street and 5th Street. Construction is set to be completed July 29th. Police say a 3-year-old boy is dead after he was left in a hot car outside a Texas church. The boy died after being left in a Honda Pilot as the temperature outside reached 100 degrees. Services were taking place at the church when the boy's father rushed outside. Members at the mostly Burmese church say a language barrier complicated the effort to get help. 4 people were killed in a Dallas Cowboys bus after a vehicle collided in southern Nevada. The 4 people who died were apparently in the vehicle. No players or cheerleaders were on the bus, which carried some team employees, including the mascot, who are all fine. There's no word on what caused the accident.
$5 billion sounds like a pretty good amount of money.
I'll say so. And that's exactly what Yahoo is thinking this morning. After the break, find out what deal the tech company struck that has them $5 billion richer.
The convention begins in Philadelphia later today.
The National Board of Realtors reports for the first time since February of 2007, the resale of existing homes nationwide has hit an all-time high. Columbia has experienced steady growth as markets have recovered at a rate of 3 to 5% annually after the depreciation following the 2009 housing bubble burst. You can see in this graph the most profitable real estate months, May, June, and July, have all reflected such growth over the past few years. And the market has returned now to normal levels because of its economic makeup and population growth.
You know, our economy is mainly white collar, so we don't have a boom and bust kind of industrial cycle. If you're in the St. Louis area, you know, and a major employer like Boeing cuts back staff, that's going to affect the real estate market.
The study also shows that due to the rising demand in the real estate market, builders will have to respond by building more homes here. Now more than ever, newlyweds are scrambling to figure out a way to pay for their weddings.
Wedding costs have become the most expensive part of getting married other than buying a house. NBC's Chris Clackham has the latest details on why marriages are becoming more costly.
Verizon will announce an agreement today to buy Yahoo for around $5 billion, according to a person familiar with the deal. The announcement will come before the bell tolls on Wall Street, according to the same source. The deal with Verizon finally puts an end to the months of uncertainty that has surrounded Yahoo's future. Yahoo's top executive, Marissa Mayer, is not expected to join Verizon. Both companies declined to comment for that story. 7 days, that's all it took for Pokemon Go to reach 10 million downloads. That's the fastest ever for any mobile title. That's also according to a report from research firm Sensor Tower. The game reached the milestone 2 days faster than Clash Royale and 5 days faster than Candy Crush Jelly Saga. Pokemon Go has been downloaded more than 30 million times since its launch earlier this month. According to research firm IDC, global shipments of smartwatches dropped year over year from April through June. The firm says smartwatch makers shipped 3.5 million devices, or 32% less than the same time period last year. All makers actually saw an increase in shipments except Apple, who reported a year-over-year decline. A dying girl celebrated life this weekend at a prom thrown by friends and family.
14-year-old Jerica Bolin, who suffers from type 2 spinal atrophy, has made the difficult decision to end her life this summer, but not before one last dance.
On a quiet Friday night in Appleton, one teenager is making some noise.
I'm so excited.
And people around the world
I've seen a response I've never